Thank you very much for the nice introduction and also for correctly pronouncing my name. I know it's not easy. So thank you, Bettina. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Martina Janomrnkova, and I work for the Ministry of Environment of the Czech Republic. I've been given the opportunity to introduce the LIFE project One Nature to you today, but I have also the huge responsibility to present the teamwork of more than 80 people who participate on the project and who all have their roles and responsibilities that should ultimately lead to improvement of biodiversity protection in the Czech Republic. To some extent, all team members contribute to better communication of the role and importance of Natura 2000 network. And I'm merely here to give you an idea how we approach effective communication and how we are raising awareness of the benefits of the Natura 2000. It is also essential to say that we wouldn't be able to do all this without the support from the EU, as One Nature project is co-financed by the European LIFE project. We feel extremely proud to be selected by the organizers of the summit as a best practice example and appreciate the invitation to be here today. In my presentation, I'm going to focus on formats of communication that we think were especially successful and that we know had a real impact, because otherwise it would take ages, and let's just focus on the most important ones. So before I do that, let me just briefly describe the project One Nature. Its main goal is to improve the conditions of protected species and natural habitats in the protected areas of the European Natura 2000 network within the Czech Republic, as better management of the protected areas prevents the loss of biological diversity. The project also evaluates the benefits of nature for society, because evaluating benefits of ecosystem services makes it possible to better work with our landscape and use it in a way that benefits people and biodiversity. Various naturally valuable areas benefit people, for example, as a source of different types of materials, possibilities for recreation and relaxation, or other ecosystem services, as was already mentioned today several times. When properly managed, protected areas also contribute to mitigating the climate change impact or become a natural defensive mechanism against the effects of drought and floods. As already mentioned today, we are, however, facing a serious problem. Although people in the Czech Republic widely support nature conservation, understanding of one of its crucial terms is rather low. According to Special Eurobarometer, only 20% of respondents in the Czech Republic say that they understand the term biodiversity. We thus rank among EU countries with the lowest declared understanding of the term, unlike in Bulgaria, where these numbers of respondents who say that they understand the term biodiversity is around 58%. As regards protected areas, mere 9% of Czechs claimed that they know what the Natura 2000 network is. In the context of the other EU countries, this is an average result, which has not changed significantly since 2007. But I was wondering, it would be really interesting for us to see if, for example, your project was able to change this in Germany. So, as I said, people in the Czech Republic do not know what Natura 2000 is, and they do not understand the integration of Natura 2000 sites into the network of protected areas. And although there are no surveys focusing on the public awareness of individual categories of protected areas, it can be assumed that the general public, at least in the Czech Republic, is aware of the existence of, for example, national parks or protected landscape areas. However, it is very likely that the general public does not distinguish any further. So just very briefly about our project, so we understand the role communication plays in it. The main objective of the project is to establish a more effective management system of the Natura 2000 sites. This means linking appropriate management with corresponding planning based on accurate assessment of status and trends of the target features, accompanied by cooperation with land users, which effectively utilizes advanced knowledge of benefits provided by natural capital. Thanks to more efficient management planning, research, and using its results in practice, and also thanks to a good cooperation with landowners and land users located in protected areas, the project helps to ensure the most suitable management and, above all, to preserve these valuable sites for the benefit of nature and people in the future. Linking all those actions is critical in order to successfully achieve the expected results of the project, but today I will focus only on the communication, and particularly on 3 areas: communication with landowners and land users, with relevant stakeholders in general, and communication with the public. For every area, we picked a concrete example that has been particularly successful. So the first one is communication with the landowners and users. It covers a number of specific actions, including training communication skills for the Czech Natural Conservation Agency employees, information materials, e-learning, of course, but the one thing that we are most proud of is the methodological guideline for communication with landowners and land users in protected areas. Part of the territory of the Natura 2000 system is negotiations with the owners and users of land in these protected areas and motivating them to farm in accordance with the goals of nature and landscape protection. This communication should also lead to a higher proportion of concluded agreements with owners and users and land in the Natura 2000 system. So the fulfillment of these goals has been monitored since 2021, when the activity started, and when the staff of the Natural Conservation Agency was provided with the methodology of communication with owners and users of land in protected areas. At the same time, several training focused on communication took place, and so far a total of 985 owners or users of lands of the Natura 2000 system have been negotiated during the entire duration of the project so far. And this represents already almost 100% of the 1,000 planned negotiations with owners or users of lands during the period of implementation of the project. Even more importantly, thanks to these negotiations, agreements or lease contracts with the owners and users of land are being concluded. So we have real outcomes coming from providing this methodology to the land users. The handbook has been in development during the preparatory activity since 2020. It underwent testing and internal review among the Nature Conservation Agency staff. And after the finalization of the text at the end of 2021, it was transformed into an unofficial methodology. It was printed and provided to other nature conservation authorities, such as regional authorities, national park administrations, and military authorities, since there are valuable Natura 2000 sites in military areas in the Czech Republic that were preserved thanks to military training. We collect observations and comments from our regional staff, information and experience from communication training and seminars. And at the end of the project, we plan to update these methodological guidelines. In June 2023, the handbook was translated into English, so I invite you all to visit our web page and download it if you wish to read it. I know that the number doesn't appear so high, but we are quite proud of those downloads, since The methodology is rather new, and also, as was mentioned today, people don't really read stuff anymore. So we are happy with this number so far. So the other segment I want to focus on is the communication with the stakeholders. Because, of course, the participatory approaches, experience sharing, and capacity building, and dissemination of knowledge are crucial in order to reach the project objectives. Communication with stakeholders, working with them, and building mutual trust are crucial to achieve the project results. On top of that, the project actions lead to the creation of outcomes and tools to be used by stakeholders group that have an impact on Natura 2000 sites. There are two actions that had a particular impact, or that I want to mention today. The first one was a series of roundtables with applicants and grant managers to discuss the financing of Natura 2000 network. I'm emphasizing "and" because this has never really happened before in the Czech Republic, that both the applicants and grant managers would sit in the same room and actually discuss the problems that may have or how to solve them. Given the positive outcome, establishing the tradition of roundtables within the project was recommended by external experts as part of regular operations as a standard communication tool. It can then be implemented not only as with wide participation of representatives, but also as internal ministerial or departmental event where cross-cutting topics are discussed under the moderation of independent experts. This approach is common, of course, in many companies based on good experience with higher acceptance of the results of such negotiations, and it brought results also in our case. Another example is the establishment of the National Platform for Ecosystem Services. The National Ecosystem Services Platform was established as a subsidiary body representing the stakeholders during the project implementation. Its members include representatives of universities, scientific community, NGOs, local authorities, farmers, and land users appointed by the Minister of the Environment. In the project's time span, the National Platform shall issue recommendations to be addressed by the steering committee, and the platform will continue in its professional activity regarding assessment of socio-economic benefits provided by Natura 2000 even after the project's end, as it should be established as a permanent advisory body for the Ministry of Environment of the Czech Republic. There are, of course, many other actions that contribute to better communication with stakeholders, for example, negotiations with regional authorities and workshop in case studies, but let's move on and see the last segment, communication with public. Yesterday, we were given the chance to see the premiere of documentary Cinema Nature, a fascinating look into the protected areas within the Natura 2000 sites in Bavaria, bordering the Czech Republic, by the way. And today, we would like to show you a snippet of our own documentary called The Values of Nature. No?
Have you ever wondered which global entity provides people with the most food, materials, or job opportunities? Well, few people realize that it is nature itself.
Přírodu je potřeba chránit kvůli tomu, že nám poskytuje celou řadu služeb, které my ke svému životu nezbytně potřebujeme. Říkáme jim ekosystémové služby. Jsou to služby, které vlastně jednak zajišťují to, že vůbec můžeme existovat, to znamená, příroda nám zajišťuje produkci potravin nebo produkci čisté vody. A jsou to i služby, které potřebujeme k tomu, aby se nám žilo dobře. To znamená, příroda nám poskytuje prostor, kde se můžeme rekreovat nebo kde můžeme trávit volný čas.
Pro mě příroda znamená jakousi svébytnou entitu. My více či méně jsme její součástí, ale zároveň tušíme, že ta příroda nás nepotřebujeme. Ani nevíme, jestli ve svých scénářích s náma jako počítá.
Příroda ve městě poskytuje lidem řadu benefitů, parky, poskytují především místo pro oddech, nějakou rekreaci a potom třeba chráněná příroda, lesy jsou místem pro poznávání přírody, nějakým způsobem sebevzdělávání.
Příroda v České republice není úplně v nejlepším stavu. Jak víme, tak zrovna teďka dochází k velkému rozpadu lesů a na zemědělské půdě se dost často hospodaří neudržitelně.
If we want to receive benefits from nature, we sometimes have to put something into it as well.
V lesu se snažím dávat všechno dobré, co dokážu a myslím, že za ty léta jsme si s lesem nezůstali nic dlužní, že mi to bohatě odvádí.
Pro mě příroda a všechny produkční i mimoprodukční funkce vlastně byly motivací, proč dělat ekologické zemědělství a proč směřovat tímto směrem. Doufám, že rozvojem ekologického zemědělství v Česku budeme schopni všechny tyto produkční a mimoprodukční funkce chránit a jejich funkci zlepšovat.
Při tom plánování té krajiny je třeba právě se pokusit o co nejkomplexnější pohled a ty ekosystémové služby je už takový pokus o komplexní pohled na přírodu a vede nás k tomu zamyšlení, co je vlastně důležité, co z té přírody získáváme, jak bychom měli tu krajinu udržovat a plánovat.
Výsledky hodnocení ekosystémových služeb poskytují velmi dobrý podklad pro to, abychom viděli na vlastní oči, že příroda není pro člověka bezcenná. Spíše naopak, že na ní opravdu jako společnost závisíme.
Ekosystémové služby jsou vlastně něco, co je všude okolo nás. Myslím, že jde hlavně o to si v každodenním životě uvědomit, co jsou vlastně všechny ty přínosy přírody, které využíváme. A myslím, že to je něco, co vlastně potom může pomoct i tomu ten přístup ekosystémových služeb a tu ochranu přírody, která s ním souvisí, nějak víc dostat do každodenního života, do každodenního rozhodování, ale i do toho politického a společenského rozhodování.
The concept of ecosystem services brings a change in the way we think about nature. And it is this new perspective that can help us build a more sustainable relationship between nature and humans. This film was created with the contribution of the LIFE programme of the European Union.
So my apologies for this. There should have been subtitles, but I wasn't able to switch them on. In any case, at least you could listen to our beautiful language for 3 minutes and do not understand a word. So I invite you all to go to YouTube and look it up and watch it with subtitles. It's only 3 minutes, but the full-length documentary is also available, and we would be delighted if you not only could watch it, but if you could give us your feedback. That would be fantastic. So just a little bit more about the documentary. I'm sorry. Yes, so after a year of work and intensive cooperation with the director, Michal Gálik, a documentary about ecosystem services and 6 short videos about different types of nature's benefits were completed in March this year. And we also have a premiere that was organized in Prague in April. Maybe I can just go back. The documentary has been recently awarded one of the prizes at the Slovak Film Industry Festival, Agrofilm 2023. And what is more, after a long period of uncertainty, it was approved for broadcast on Czech national television. So this should really increase the reach of the documentary. You can watch the documentary Values of Nature with English subtitles, as I said, on YouTube. When it comes to communicating with the general public, we use all the common tools available today to increase the reach of the project, like posting on social media, organizing regional events, writing infotainment articles, providing outdoor notice boards about management in the project, but the documentary has had the biggest impact so far. There is a permanent need to raise public awareness of the meaning and ways of protecting Natura 2000 sites and understanding the costs and benefits that follow from management of these sites for the public. Public awareness on importance of biodiversity protection is aimed at primary groups of stakeholders, and strengthening public awareness and understanding of the goals and benefits of Natura 2000 network is expected contribution of the project to PAF implementation. Raising public awareness of the Natura 2000 network, its management methods, and its benefits for the society has proved crucial to the project, and we feel inspired by the examples we heard today from our colleagues in Bavaria to copy-paste some of your wonderful ideas. We are, of course, the project outcomes to raise public awareness of the ways of protecting the sites and understanding the costs and benefits that result from the site management to the public. There are some other examples of awareness raising actions, and we would be more than happy to discuss them with you further. For the moment, I would like to thank you and also say that fortunately I don't have to answer all your questions by myself, since I have the best reinforcements with me today. Project Action Coordinator Radka Broumová, a Project PR Manager Alexandra Tamchinova, and an Assistant of the Chief Project Manager Anna Svobodová with me today. So if you have any questions, we will be more than happy to answer them.